Hi everybody, Jacob here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are unboxing the 1988 remastered 6-pack Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I got from Target. This one is busted. They actually had four of these sets in my local Target, and they were all very squished to the side. So I inspected the interior because you know how some of the turtles have a little bit shifted eyes. This one might have it just a little bit. Raphael... Well, we'll see when we open it. But I inspected the ones that have kind of the best aligned bandanas and eyes to the nose. And then I took it to the cash register and asked, hey, the box is damaged. Can I get a little bit of a sale? And they did give me, I think, 10 or 15% off. So I was fine with it because I'm not going to keep the box. Although the interior is kind of nice. But anyway... Subscribe, thumb up the video. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. That's the side back. Also busted. But I might get a second box of these if I, sometimes Target has sales, and if they stay for more than a couple of months on the shelves, they might reduce them. And if they do, I might get one just for the box. But for now... these will be unboxed and played with. So the text in the back says action figures inspired by the ones that started your collection. Celebrate Turtles history with action figures based on the first wave of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys from 1988, remastered with new articulation and intricate detail. These characters combine retro styling with modern updates. Well, what do you know? Uncle Shredder wants you. And then we have here free turtle food. Call Mr. Bebop. My. Beautiful artwork there. Did they sign it? I think there might be a signature by the artist somewhere. But I can't see it right now. Does it say at the bottom, like a NECA? Packaging? No. Design, Playmates? No, they're not giving credit, really. Not that I can see. Anyway, that's the barcode. Oh no, we just lost Rat King. Okay, he's back. By the way, check out the background. We're also going to do an unboxing in another video of the Technodrome. Then we got the Mutant Module. We got the Toilet Taxi and a couple of turtles up there. Let me cut through the tape. Okay. And then we shall see how well this goes. By the way, the top is also interesting because we have a nice little design. It's like the turtle layer, or let's say the street on top of the turtle layer. And we do have that little sewer opening from the turtle layer that goes upwards with that elevator. And we have the elevator here with Shredder on it. So this whole situation here is mimicking the turtle layer. So if we open the box on the side, you do have that cool little rounded entrance. And the other side has the ooze. You know what? Let's open it on the other side as well while we're at it. I got Bebop. I got Rocksteady here, blocking the way. Boy, this is really damaged. But you know what? For 15% off, I guess we're okay. Yeah, this is like so bent that you can't even really open it. No, you can. It's sad, but it's it's doable. So we have that roundedness there, and then here we have some Super Mario pipes and the expanded visuals of the sewer situation. Okay, well, let's pull it on this side then, I guess. Maybe. Okay, it's doable, and we're there. We did it. Whew, okay. Now, let's pull this out, and in the background, quick view of the Turtles playset printed. This is why I wanted to have the box in pristine condition, because it would be nice to use this as a background for photos, but I can maybe straighten it out a little bit. And there's April O'Neil. She's like, "Yeah, guys, I got news for you." Interesting how it's a television here, but in the Turtles playset, the layer from the 80s, this is a window that opens up to the back of the layer, and then, you know, you can have some mean guy spying the turtles from the outside. But it is like a TV monitor, so maybe I should treat it as such once we get to the turtle layer, and then play out little scenes in the background as if it were a TV through that little glass bit on the turtle layer playset, as opposed to using it as just a window. So here it's a TV. Okay. And then we have more visuals of the bunk beds in the back. We have some drawers there, chair, something going on. Looks like a computer. Looks like like a computer. In the 80s, they wouldn't have had it looking that way. I wonder if they added this as something kind of more modern and new. And then we have the famous or infamous ball that falls through the tubes of the playset, and then the ooze at the bottom. Really nice. I like this background print. Definitely need to think about getting a second set without the busted version, and just use it as a background. You can, you can open, oh my gosh. Okay, you can open this up on the side. I think there's tape though. No, there's no tape. There's no tape. You can open this up and flatten it, and then you can just store it flat in anywhere. It doesn't occupy space because it's a flat surface. So to have this as a background is really cool. Then in the front here, we have the ladder, which was just kind of sitting there. There was no tape or glue attached to it. So you can add the ladder there. These other bits are glued on, so I'm not going to pull them off now. This one is definitely, there's hot glue on the back, you can see there. Okay, so we do have our 4 main turtle characters, and we have a brand new Shredder and a brand new Splinter design. The turtles have been released about a year ago with all of these extra features, like they can, they're a little bit more posable now, but they had all those little bumps and lumps. We called those the pimple turtles from, I've seen them in Walmart only. And some people were complaining about them being, well, what can I say? Very pimply and dimply. I did not get those. To be honest with you, I kind of wasn't really looking for them. Not that I didn't like the pimply skin texture. Hey, no shade to pimply stuff, I myself suffered from acne when I was growing up, so it's like I feel, I feel for them, okay? And I'm not going to throw shade at their pimple situation, but I don't know. They didn't really look like pimples, rather like some skin morphing, mutating infection or of some sort. So anyway, I did not think that they were going to re-release the same turtles without the dimple pimple skin texture, but they did. And we have them here. So they have the smooth skin, and also they have updated the color. The skin color. They're a little bit more accurate, matching the toys from the 80s. I'm going to try to, okay, there's more stuff to cut. Their 80s counterparts. I wonder if no, there's still more to cut. There's a lot to cut here. But that's okay. We can do it. Donatello, are you with us? You're not with us yet. Okay. Donatello is not willing to help us out today, because he's like, no, I still don't want to come out of there. Okay. How about now? No? Still no? Okay. Oh, we got Donatello, you guys. Where are you? So I'm very glad to report that he's the one who's usually, most people have issues with his eyes being all shifted to the side because he's hiding behind here in the box. So a lot of people don't really check him out properly in the box. And then when you actually unbox him, you realize that his bandana has been kind of glued to the side. Now, people have been saying that there's a quick fix to that. I'd rather not have to fix the turtles and just get them as close as possible to pristine. There you go. We're going to get to them after I take them all out. So let me see here with Splinter. We have more issues happening. Because he is very much attached and not willing to come out of his little cage there, prison. Okay, so, oh, he lost an arm. That was fast. Doesn't seem broken though. Let me try to pop it back in. Okay, the arm pops in, but it pops out very easily. Wonder if that's an issue that other people have. Very loose. Yeah, this one does not pop out. And I'm not going to pull it. So this arm here is quite sturdy in there. But another issue that he has in box, you see they have twisted his leg, or well, the leg, the foot not, but the leg I think should be like this, with the calf in the back, not in the front. So just be careful, yours might be twisted as well. I've seen this happen in the past. So once you've twisted it correctly, then you can bend his knees properly, and he can also bend the foot, which, you know, the turtles cannot. But alas, Splinter can, and they have also painted his toenails. I mean, for a new figure, he's really awesome, minus the slight issue of the joint there, which really is loosey-goosey. Huh. Well, let me know if yours has the same issue as mine. I notice also that you can see the peg there, and here you can't really. Yeah, it's very, very sturdy in there. Well, this one is not. So, yeah, this is a problem. It's very loose, very. I mean, it stays there. Okay, it's not like falling out, but very loosey-goosey. For the rest, seems like he's quite sturdy. Has all his information here, as well as the 2025 copyright on the back. Way more cartoon accurate with the face. And then he comes with, I mean, in general, they do not come with a lot of weapons, as opposed to the, when it comes to the turtles, to their pimply counterpart, they had more weapons. But this is the first time we're getting this new Splinter with his little sword hiding inside of his stick. And, I mean, this arm here, he should be able to hold stuff, but I'm like, not going to give him anything in this little loose arm, so let's try to just give him the stick in this arm. There you go, Master Splinter. You can now try to make it through another day. teaching the turtles how to fight Shredder. Okay. Let's try to get Raphael out of there. You know, I think his eyes are fine. I was worried that there were going to be... Okay, he's on a wobbly giant. I was worried that they were a little bit shifted, but I think maybe Michelangelo is... No, they're fine. Maybe a smidge to the left, but they're okay. I've seen turtles where the eyes are like one eye's here and one is there. So this is fine. This is Raphael. So you can see we cannot bend here that foot. It can just swivel left and right. But he's not as articulated as Splinter. Now, let's check out Leonardo. Leonardo also still has a ton of limits here because he's locked in that. Why is he not coming out? Okay. There he is. So Leo, I am lucky that his eyes are also not shifted to the side. They're very centered, this, you know, to the nose. And nice little weapon there. His hands and fingers are very soft. So we can put a lot in there. I mean, they're pliable-ish. There you go. That's Leo for you. And then why is Michelangelo still not wanting to break free from the... Ah, there you go. Oh. Okay. We got him. A little bit stiff. We gotta soften him up a bit. And there he is. Also really good. The eyes are centered to the nose. Okay. You know, you win a little, you lose a little. Splinter's arm is falling out, or his shoulder, but at least the turtle's eyeballs are all okay, which is really important to me. I mean, one could go back to Target and beef with them about the quality of Splinter's arm and then get either more money back or exchange the Splinter. That's definitely a possibility. I mean, I've never had issues with Target's return policy, so you know, you can say what you want, but like, they're, for the most part, every time I've had issues, like, they've been very fair and immediately exchanged, you know, whatever needed exchanging. So I'll see about it. You know, if this is an issue that a lot of the Splinters have, then what are you going to do? Even if you exchange him, he's still going to have the issue. Otherwise, get a new one that has a more safe joint. And Shredder is Ozempic Shredder. He's very skinny. Very, very skinny. And I would have wished for him to have a soft goods cape. Although the plastic one will allow him to kind of just rest on the cape and not fall. Does have these huge holes at the bottom of his feet. Does Splinter also have, yeah, such big ones? Well, yeah, he does. Okay. Splinter also has big holes. The shoulders, shoulder blades, the face. He looks a little high. By the way, this video is for adult collectors, okay? Not for kids. Just to be clear. And then he can hold... Not much. I mean, he can hold a sword, I guess. But yeah, that's him. That is Shredder. And I have here a box 3 edition of Shredder. The classic one. And he has the soft goods cape. And his shoulder blades are bigger, and also on his hands, everything's a little bit more menacing on this one. I mean, his head is also bigger, but the posability, of course, on the classic Shredder with his, open legs, like stance, is kind of complicated, but I can see the resemblance. Now, I could take that cape and put it on this Shredder, but I could not kind of bind the cape with the belt on this Shredder because this belt does not open. It's one piece. So you couldn't put the cape through it. You would just have to let it hang in the back like this one does. But I mean, it's doable technically. They definitely did a better job with this helmet than that one. This looks more cartoon-ish accurate, albeit not in color, but in color it is resembling the toy Shredder that we got in the 80s. So, yeah, I want to say, I mean, this guy was also skinny, although a little bit more bulky in the chest area than the current one. Although I gotta say, kind of similar, all things considered. So I wonder if they're going to continue, I hope they will continue issuing more of these turtles, not just turtles, but also the other characters. If they issue more characters, it's definitely going to be fun. I wonder if they're going to also reissue these guys again with, more mobility in their joints and having their feet not just swivel left and right, but, pulling a little Splinter moment here. So we can do, we can tippy-toe through the turtle layer without waking anybody else up after a battle. They're all super tired. Shredder definitely had Splinter. What's wrong with you guys? Everybody's like, okay. They were out on a bender. Something happened last night. Michelangelo. Can we... Oh my gosh. I don't know what I think about the paint job on these. I mean, it's okay. We've seen more sloppy paint job on the turtles than this. I do like the articulation, the extra points of articulation, minus the problem here at the feet. But I think that this could have been solved differently. We don't need to see these little peg pins here. This could have been covered up. That's visible on both sides. Just to have a cleaner, aesthetic. Now, I get it. Like, we got the set for, what was it, $54? But then mine was flawed, so I got it a little bit cheaper. But it's 6 characters, $54. So we're under $10 a turtle, or $10 under $10 per character. So that is really good. Okay, let me fix Shredder. I think the price is fine for them. And I do believe that they made a ton of these. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do believe they did, which means they will go on sale eventually, which means I can get a second set at a reduced price. And then that means hopefully getting a better jointed Splinter and a better background. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Did you have issues with yours? I know a lot of people had issues with the eyes being off, but look, at least, count your blessings, as they say. At least I'm happy that that is done well, that they didn't do me dirty on that front. If I glue in Splinter's shoulder, then I won't be able to lift, to turn it, to swivel it. That is a problem. So I'm going to have to consider look, at least he's posable. You can't really play with him that much because he would lose an arm. But at least if you put it in a position, like, it stays. In whatever position you put his arm, it stays, right? So at least there's that. I managed to finally fix Splinter's shoulder. So what happened was it's a factory default or flaw. I don't know what it is, but they did not really kind of press the shoulder in properly. And I think that the opening inside of the shoulder was kind of too tight. So as hard as I would press that shoulder in, it wouldn't really pop in place properly. It would always stay kind of halfway out. And hence the second you would lift the arm, Splinter's shoulder would fall out. Now it's like not coming out. It is just as perfectly placed in there like this shoulder, which means that some of these splinters, I don't know if all, because I only have one set of these re-edition turtles, that means that the splinters might all have this issue on one side with one shoulder. If yours has that as well, you have to kind of work it a little bit. I could have heated it with a hair dryer or a hair blower, but the thing is, I don't know, I didn't want to make the plastic too soft. So maybe it helps. You could try that. But in my case, I just kind of turned the shoulder a little bit, wiggled it, and then kind of kept lifting it and positioning that peg in different directions and pressing until finally it clicked in. I just heard a very weird kind of liberating click and it just pressed in and it was fine. And now the shoulder is perfect. It's not falling out. Everything else is great. The articulation on Splinter is awesome. There's a couple of issues here. I mean, Donatello can hold the staff with the other turtles. So for example, if we're going to check out Leonardo and his kind of hand, the way that they hold the sword. So usually, if we turn it this way, so it would be the left hand holds better than the right. The right hand's usually kind of, you can see, very loose, right? So the weapons can fall out. And the same goes for Raphael. So he's holding this weapon very well, but this one, it's very loosey-goosey. Now, it doesn't really fall out, but yeah, almost. While the left arm has a tight grip. For Michelangelo, tight grip here. On this side, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Mikey can still kind of manage everything. Okay, he is. Look at him go. Yeah, you tell him, Mike. And of course, the metal is a very welcome addition. They're not going to break easily. Man, they are photogenic though, aren't they? They look really cool on camera. And then we have the issue of Shredder, who can barely hold the weapons. As you can see here, this is, he can hold it, but barely. And the sword, no. He's holding it, but also kind of barely. And mind you, they're very light. It's not like this is, metal. Obviously not. It's a toy. It's plastic. So it's not like he has a lot of weight to hold with his arm, meaning like it can loosen up and open with time. It's just, yeah, it's a bit loosey-goosey. But it's okay for now. But I repeat, I'm just so glad that their eyeballs are okay. That they're relatively, as symmetrical as they can be. Hold on, let me put. I see he lost the sword, katana, or whatever they are. And my turtles are going to spend most of their time eating pizza. By the way, just like me. So they're more like going to be into pizza rather than fights and battles. I guess the only battle my turtles have is with Krang trying to see who gets most the biggest amount of pizza or popcorn. Because you never know. Why is Splinter hiding in the back? Splinter, where did you go? Where did you... Oh, there you are. Bigger little star thing, smaller one. This one this is the one that you can lose super easily. And then these 4 little items, most of them are for Shredder, I believe. And then we have a bow and arrow for Splinter. You can take the bow out. You can detach it. The arrow, you can detach the arrow from the bow. You can reattach it, and you could technically do that. But it doesn't shoot the arrow. There's a mutating Rocksteady passing by. What do you want? Oh boy, what do you want? You want to shoot the titles? You're very upset. He's very, very upset. He's like, did you see what they doing to me? Yeah, they transformed you into... Oh no, you're still there. The real you is still hiding inside your stomach. You ate yourself, basically. Man, they did stuff in the 80s. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe. And until next time, never forget to never give up on Title Love. Bye.